I have heard your calls and you guys have been asking me so much, what is going on with this season 4 teaser trailer for Warzone and Modern Warfare 3? If you haven't seen this thing yet, it is wild. It shows off a bunch of crazy stuff that we haven't seen before. Some of it is very confusing. There's a whole bunch of clocks and it's very hard to decipher what's going on. I'm even a little bit confused, but hey, that's why I'm here. What we're going to be doing in this video is going through, I'm going to show you the season 4 teaser trailer, and then we're going to break it down and try to decipher any of the information that we know. We see a new operator, new weapons, and a bunch of other confusing maps and stuff, but we're going to be talking about exactly what's going on there. And by the way, if you like these kind of videos where I break down things and react to things and things along those lines, you should check out my second channel. It is linked down in the description, as well as my Twitch stream, because we do this kind of stuff all the time with various Call of Duty and other things over there as well. But without further ado, this is that really confusing teaser trailer. So that is it. That is the trailer. That is all there is to it. And you can see the kind of theme with the clocks, the ticking clocks. Obviously, there's a countdown going on to something. Is that the Black Ops 6 reveal? Is that something else altogether? Well, let's take a closer look at the various different things that we can see. Let's start by looking at two of the obvious ones, the new weapons. So the first one that we have here, and this one was confirmed today by some packages sent out to various YouTubers, streamers, things like that. This is the Car 98K. We know that this one's coming back. It is going to be the newest sniper in the game, and people have been asking for this one for a while. However, there was one other weapon in that teaser, and that is this weapon that you are seeing here. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what this gun is. So for a couple of these images that we're going to see, you guys are going to have to help me out. Let me know down in the comments what gun you think this is. I see some people saying maybe this is the well gun. To me, it looks like an AR base with some sort of weird barrel on it. I've heard people say the Blixen, various other weapons, but all in all, I don't know what this one is. You guys are going to have to let me know. But also keep in mind the background that you were seeing there. That is very clearly a new map. It looks like a kind of Tokyo neon style map, which we're actually going to see again. And we'll get to that one in a second, but what you are seeing here is this weird lightning going through someone's arm, and we're going to come back to that. We see some tattoos on the arm, and we don't know what character this is. However, later on, we have this little scene here, and it probably went by extremely fast because you can barely see it, but what we have is a new operator. We kind of have this female operator with a mask covering her main face. We don't know who this is. We are all assuming at this point that it is the Black Cell operator. She has that glowing green arm, and I don't know, it kind of looks like Zero to me from Black Ops 4, combined with a new character, maybe a little bit of Seraph in her, but we don't know who this character is. And once again, if you have a look at the background, we see this map that we have never seen before. It's kind of like this Tokyo style neon lights nighttime map, which I'm assuming is going to be a multiplayer map going into season 4. That's pretty much all we can take away from that scenery. But once again, this brings us back to that green glowing arm. And that's where we start to see some really, really weird stuff throughout the trailer. So it starts out and we have this kind of green gas, and eventually it kind of turns into these green bubbles. And then later on in the teaser, we have two of these images where we see a female character who is underneath water. Bubbles are coming out of her mouth, and one of them, she has a flower. The other one, it's just blue water. So clearly there's someone doing some sort of testing on a test subject. And this is later supported when we see some x-rays of a character. I don't know who this is or what they are doing, but it's very clearly some sort of human testing, maybe leaning to those kind of green things going through that operator's arm. But it lent the question, maybe something else is going on here. And I saw a theory that I really, really liked. In one of the scenes, you can see this kind of DNA sequencing, maybe breaking down, breaking apart, but it's DNA sequencing nonetheless. Another sequence, we can see a countdown that is labeled 113. We're going to come back to the clocks. Don't worry, we'll get there. And then another one, we see someone arming a bomb. You put that all together and what do you get? To me, it reminds me of the DNA bomb from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yes, we already have the nuke in the game, but I'm wondering if they're bringing back the DNA bomb, something that would kind of change up the way the map is, put gas on it. It was a cool little addition to the game, and maybe we're going to see it return. And last, but definitely not least, we have the clocks. So let's start out with clock number 1. So in this image, we see a clock that is showing 1:45, and then a building, which the letters you can see is LDE, and then maybe RO or BO. This tells me that this building is most likely French, just the de part of it. And then we have the pigeon there. So I'm guessing what this is revealing is not a time or a countdown for something. I think this image specifically is of a map. And there's a couple other images that kind of have the same vibe to it throughout the trailer as well. This one has me baffled, but it's some sort of insignia with E on one side, S on the other. No idea what this is hinting at whatsoever. Again, if you have any ideas of these images, let me know down in the comments. I'll be checking them out. Then we have this image, which is seemingly a ceiling lamp looking down at maybe the lobby of a hotel, which might be that building that we saw the clock on before, potentially. I don't know whether all of these are looking at a Warzone map or a multiplayer map, most likely a multiplayer map, but there is one image that kind of says otherwise to me, and that is this one here. Again, really not getting a lot off of this, but it appears to be some sort of bigger map. There's a smokestack in the background, but again, I don't have much from this. I can't really tell you what's going on here. So the other thing that we have that kind of matches the aesthetic of that clock we were looking at is seemingly a picture of a floor here. Again, no idea. But going back to our clocks, we have two things going on here. The first one is just set to midnight or noon, depending what time of the day it is, but it looks more like midnight to me. Again, this is kind of just, I think, to signify that timer counting down that we hear throughout the teaser, but there is one other clock with a different time on it, and that is this one here. So this is an alarm clock, and this one is set to 11:01. Now, 11:01 could potentially be the release date for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but I doubt that they would put that within a trailer or teaser for season 4 or anything like this. But I have heard some people talking about it. It is a Friday. The game's release on a Friday, so there is people talking about that. I don't know what else these random times we see on clocks throughout this trailer would actually be, but they are very heavily focused on that ticking clock, the countdown, and a ton of clocks all throughout this trailer. We also get a couple of pictures of wheels. This one appears to be some sort of ATV, really nothing else there, as well as this wheel here. Again, not much to take away from that other than there being a traffic cone underneath the car. That's all I got. We also have this seemingly nighttime missile silo where it also appears to be snowing. So I don't know if this is a new gulag or what this is, but there's a zip line in there. But then the final image that we have, I don't know if this is on a weapon, if this is on an operator, what this is, but it looks like a clock in the middle. But at the very top, we seemingly have a biohazard symbol. And once again, this brings me back to the DNA bomb. So I think, needless to say, this is the most confusing teaser that we have ever got. I'm assuming over the next few days, we're going to get more information. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications on, because as we do, I will keep you updated. Normally, I know all the answers and can tell you everything, but this one's confusing. So if any of these images, anything that we broke down here stands out to you, something that you maybe you know that building with the clock on it, let me know down in the comments. You can help everyone out. I'll be checking out all the comments. This is one where I really, really promote the participation of you guys, because the hive mind will do better than just I'm doing on this one. Like I said, very, very confusing teaser, but I'm excited for it. Can't wait to see what is actually coming, and when we know, I will keep you guys updated. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars.